this. Look at this. He's a monkey here. Whoa! Looks like... What's going on, guys? Welcome to the mountain. Well, I got Ridge Life. Go Ridge Life on the mountain, and of course Domino over here hanging out like a hare in a biscuit, making sure Tim's gonna work a little bit. We even got a yogi over here today doing things that yogis do. What are you doing, Yogi? Are you ready? Are you ready for a busy day? Let's get it. All right, guys, we are doing a major, and when I say major, is it major? Major solar upgrade here on Come On Mountain, guys. As you can see, we got two massive panels right there getting ready to get wired up. We also got another 600 watt panel right here, and we're gonna throw a 450 watt one up here too, for a total of how many watts?
A lot. 1,450 watts.
Yes, added to the cabin. Right now the cabin doesn't have solar running to it. It does have two little 200 watt panels up there, about 400 watts that I had hooked up to the Jackery before I did all the changing in the cabin. We are going to still utilize those. Those are going to go into the Jackery battery, but all of this is going to be hooked up to the Blue Eddy. Right now we're going to run in series 3 different backup batteries to run this whole cabin, because now we got that mini split that y'all seen that we installed with Country Road Cure, and we got other stuff going on in there. It's the studio. So right now the main reason why I gotta run that generator y'all hear in the background is because of the cabin, because the tiny house is almost completely sun efficient. We do got to do a little bit of solar over there too. We're going to add a little bit more to the tiny house as well. It's a solar day. The sun is shining
on the forehead.
Yep. Tim's actually
get my hat on.
Already took 3 showers, so he's ready to get to work. We're going to work him today, guys.
And my toaster sandwich too.
Yeah,
gotta
and
have that toaster in the belly.
Fed him a toaster, so he's ready to go. So let's get some power on Come On Mountain. All right, guys, we got Tim outside prepping the solar panels, going ahead and making the wires and connecting the solar panels to one end. We're going to leave the other side kind of unhooked up until we get it inside the cabin here. I've already cleared out a lot of space upstairs here so I can get behind here to the power, because we got a big problem, guys. This is something that's been happening for a while now. Running all this power to run all of these backup batteries is a lot of wattage, guys, and it does a number on some of the connections here. And the ones that I had were just 15 amp plugs, and look what it does to the plugs, guys. It eats them up. So a little while ago I ordered 30 amp twist lock for the extension cord, because the extension cord I got over there has got a 15 amp 3-way plug on it, and as you can see, it is burnt up. So that's a fire hazard, guys, and we don't need to burn down the cabin. Come on. So I ordered some twist lock, male and female, so we're going to go ahead and change out and put a female on that end. But I also got a beefier, heavier duty 30 amp, and these are 25 watt plugs instead of 15 amp plugs, which should make a big difference with charging these batteries right here. So while Tim's working on the solar panels, we're going to go ahead and cut the extension cord there and put the new ends on and rewire these batteries, so when I do have to run the generator, I can do it safely charging these batteries. First thing we got to do is try to get these unplugged. One of them, easy. This one, look guys, this is why this needed to be done. It is literally seized up in there. Now, I have not been using this one because of that, because I knew that it was pretty bad. Got it. Look at this though, guys. That is a fire waiting to happen. Safety first. All right, I actually got my tree loppers that we're going to use to actually cut this off. All right, that no bueno. All right, guys, I'm gonna tell you, it's hot up here in this attic because I'll tell y'all a secret. Heat rises. It does. It definitely rises. Take apart our 30 amp twist lock female plug. Pull that out like so. You got this part right here. Now this section right here needs to be fed into here like so beforehand. Here I got my handy dandy stripper versus cutter and crimper. Uno. Dos. Cuatro. These suckers up. We are going to go black to the copper. We're going to go white to the silver. And we're going to go green to green. Power, neutral, ground. Make sure you get a good fit, tight connection. You don't want to mess around with electric. It will definitely make for a bad day. All right, now we can slide this up right here. It's got a little notch right there to know that you're in the right spot, just like so. And just like that. Now I got a 30 amp twist lock on the end of this extension cord. Plug it up, and now we got a brand new connection. Let's go ahead and plug up the jackery, plug it back into the generator, and make sure everything works. But while we do that, let's check on Tim outside.
Coke Zero, now more delicious. Ooh, actually it's Coca-Cola. David don't feed me no Coke Zero up here on the mountain. He wants to put that sugar in me to get me working, because ain't nobody else gonna get me work, right? Had to get my hat on. It is a bright and sunny day out here. A little chilly. We had a heavy frost this morning. But it is sunny today and we are gonna get some work done. Now, like David said, we've got all these solar panels right here we're gonna start connecting. And I was wrong on the wattages. Of course, David threw me on the spot like that, like David does. What we've got here is a 400 watt solar panel. This is the back side of the same kind of panel, so 400 watt right there. We've got another 400 watt right there, all powers. Then we got this big old 600 watt. Now what we're gonna do is run these all into the Blue Eddy AC300 with the B300 battery back extension up top. So what we're gonna do is run this 400 watt in series with this 400 watt, connecting this cable into that one and running them in series. So that one will go through this one. And what that does when you do that, it increases the voltage, lowers the currents. You get the full 800 watts at a lower current. Lower current means you're gonna be a lot more efficient, okay? So what we're gonna do is run, again, 800 watts into one channel to the Blue Eddy that's up there. We're gonna run this 600 watt big Mamba Jamba right here into the second individual input on the top Blue Eddy, and then on the battery extension unit we're going to run this 400. So the total wattage we're going to input today of solar is 1800 watts. Woo, that's going to run everything he needs. So I brought a bunch of tools and materials up here to get this job done for David. David does a lot for me. I'm going to do a lot for that my good buddy as well. So what I brought up was a ton of PV cable. This is solar cable. You know, you got the positive and the negative, and this will run that solar voltage all the way up into the cabin there. I got a bunch of tools I use here. I got me some wire strippers. Of course, I am an electrician by trade. We've got our crimpers. These are PV MC4 connector crimpers. I got all these tools, and these are all the little ferrules that go inside the MC4 connectors. And that's what this is right here, an MC4 connector. Just like that's on the back of this panel here. See, this one, these are two already fixed together. Just pop this like this, boop, and it comes apart. Of course, you can't do it with one hand. But you see, you got female on this side, you got male on this side, and these all pop together. So I'm gonna make up these cables, because we're gonna run, again, those two into one cable into the cabin, that one into the cabin, and that one into the cabin. So I gotta make up 3 cables with all these connectors on there. We're gonna run the wires in there, and then I'll have to put the connectors on inside. So let's get to work. First thing we're gonna do is get our positive PV cable. This is 6 millimeters squared. I'm gonna take my handy dandy stripper, strip off a good little portion of that all the way around. Pop. Gotta get that off there. Boom. All right, got that all cleaned up. Now we got to get our male and female MC4 connector. This is an MC4 connector, in case you haven't ever seen one. Male goes into female, and it clicks perfectly every time, okay? So we're going to be using the female on the end of our red PV cable, because it's a male coming out of the solar panel. So the male will go into the female. It should always be male and female, guys. Okay, so on the ferrules, this is what goes inside those MC4 connectors and goes on the cable. Again, you've got male and female. Ooh, tight fit, tight fit. I'm gonna be putting a male on the end of this cable because the male goes inside the female connector. So to do that, I've got my handy dandy crimper, and it's got a couple different settings there, and there's the 6 millimeters squared. I've got to put my ferrule on first. All I do is slide it on up in there, just like that. Once I got that positioned right, then I got my 4, and I got to make sure I slide that up in there. Oh, get in there. It's always a hard, there we go, there we go. It is on there. Oh, get back in there, guy, get back in there. Oh, all right, I gotta get this line, but hard filming this and then doing it at the same time. So once you get it in, there we go. I gotta turn that around. There we are, there we are, okay. Got it lined up. Boom, it opens up. And now we've got perfectly crimped connector. Actually, it's, oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. Actually, I couldn't have done better myself. So then I got that. Again, I'm gonna get the female. This is really simple, guys. I'm gonna slide the collar over, And then of course we've got the inside, and then I put this in there till it clicks, click, just like that. That strain relief goes inside. The water seal connector, tighten that up. Now the very, very important thing, since it's gonna be outside, these gotta be watertight. We've got this little multi-function tool right here, okay? And what I do is I put this over this, and then I can tighten this righty-tighty, guys, until it clicks. There we go. That way, I know that's done. Now we've got the positive, which is the female on this end, MC4 connector done. Let's get the negative done, and we'll start running these cables up in and go check on, see what Dave's doing. Get my female. Got to make sure it inserts. Oh man, it is a beautiful day here out in Arkansas. I had such a wonderful time this week. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. We have done so much. It's just been a blast here on the mountain. And hopefully I get to go over, oops, I got backwards there. Hopefully I get to go over to the 41.36 later today, see what they got going on. There we are. So that goes up, and that has to go this way. Okay, that goes this way. Again, you almost need 3 sets of hands here. Boom. Got that done. That looks wonderful. Let's get that one popped over there just a little bit more here. 1 second, guys, 1 second. There we go. Nice, 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 nice. That's not going nowhere. All right. So then the male, slide it in, right to the top. Gonna slide it in, ain't never gonna stop. Who sings that song? There we go. Pop, tighten. Oops, got that backwards here. All right. Get it tightened. Tight, 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 tight. Ah, it popped.
All right, guys, as you can see, we got about 1,300 watts coming in now, which means that the plug is working fine. And Tim's made quite a bit of progress out there, hasn't he, guys? All right, the next step is going to be getting the solar panels onto the roof. All right, guys, we're out here with Tim. How's it going, buddy?
It's going awesome, brother.
Well, I have officially got the new 30 amp twist lock connection on the end of the power cable up there, the extension cord, and let me tell you, that other one looked like it was about to burn down the cabin.
About to burn down?
Yeah.
We're kicking butt and taking names here. I was a little bit wrong earlier, David, when we talked about the wattage.
Yeah.
1,800 watts is what these
Say
panels
what?
I mean, that's more than enough for a heater. Okay, you can actually run that mini split heater off of this.
Yes, the mini split's probably about 1,100 watts. And the goal is to be able to, in the winter, run the mini split during the day, but yet still be charging the batteries a little bit for the night.
Hey, I do have a question.
What's up?
I thought the idea was for me to teach you how to do all this. So basically teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. Here I am, I'm just doing all the fishing for you.
That is true. But what I call that is divide and conquer.
I'll tell you right now, guys, this man has Tom Sawyered me and Mike at least 2 or 3 times this week. He got us Tom Sawyered on chainsawing and splitting firewood and stacking firewood. He started off with 1 or 2 pieces. Oh, I gotta go get the chili ready for the party. Here we are today. I gotta go inside and work on the power wire that was burnt up a little bit. He's been sitting on his butt going, is Tim done yet? Is Tim done yet? I think he's about done. I'll come outside.
And I came out here and he's nowhere close. But that's okay. No, actually,
that's perfect, guys.
He is making these connections, but I'm actually going to make the connections in the attic. What?
I got extra connectors just in case.
Exactly. I don't want to mess up all the man's connectors. But now we are set up to be able to put the panels on the roof and get them ran up in there, and then I will make the connections on the other end. That way I can get a little bit of practice on there so I could stop using all of Tim's equipment.
I see Bobby, I see Billy, I see Janie, and I see you.
All right, guys, there's been a development here on Come On Mountain. Well, they call him Biscuit and they call me Gravy. Well, that right there ain't gonna do too good up there, buddy, because whoever built this cabin didn't quite build that right. So we went ahead and called for a poached egg.
Biscuit and Gravy be too heavy? Let's go ahead and put the lightweight up there.
Yeah. So we got somebody that's about probably 100 pounds less than me, right around.
I'm 135.
Yep, about 100 pounds less than me.
200 even.
Yep, so almost 100 pounds less than him. Figure it'd be a little bit safer. We're gonna use Mike, he's a busy guy, got that new property. Make sure that you go over to Drifting Dreamers 5 and check them out. They got a lot going on after they portrayed me. But we're gonna use him to position all the panels up there and stuff and run the cables through the window up there to me. Tim's gonna do down here and go Ridge Life and all of that. Yeah, supervise. He's gonna help. He's gonna help out. He's gonna fly the drone. See it up there? Yeah, that's right. Eye in the sky, baby. Let's get it.
Big Mama.
I know what it is. We were building this cabin, had a daughter that lived upstairs. So they made the roof where if the boyfriend came up here, he'd fall through.
Smart man. Smart
Makes
man.
sense. Got it?
Got it. Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect. Is that for this?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Now that's a roof of solar right there.
Yeah, look at this.
And that's putting your roof to work.
So this is the 400 watt. So 600 watt, 800 watt, 400 watt. And then we have 400 watt right there too. So 2,000 watt on this roof.
Make sure I think this got tangled, David.
Yeah, definitely keep those pairs together because I don't want to.
I got the big ones over here. I got this one over there.
All right, I don't want to mess nothing up. What I usually do is tie a knot in the end to keep them. Yeah, look at David. It's his first rodeo.
So should I just jump to you, Tim?
Yeah, I'll bring the ladder to you.
I could just go through the window.
Oh, go through the window. Yeah, yeah.
He was joking.
I was just...
Oh, jump to me? Yeah,
I
yeah,
joke,
yeah.
I joke. I kid. I still got to retrieve that over there
Oh yeah.
without busting this panel.
Let's put that orange one on top of the other one until we're done. Just slide it over.
I think I could just get around it, bro. It ain't nothing like
Monkeys always got to do things the monkey way, right?
That's right. That's extra work.
You just want to make good YouTube video, don't you?
I'm even gonna
Look at this. Look at this. He's a monkey here. Whoa! Looks like the Gary doing the concrete.
Ah!
There's your thumbnail right there, David. That was your thumbnail. And I'm not in it, so it'd be even better.
Yeah.
He pulled the two wires from the center of the spool.
I messed up when I pulled it.
Alright.
Or David handed it to you that way. That's what I'm going to say.
Well, David handed it to me from the middle, so I thought I was supposed to pull from the middle.
That's alright, David's fixing it. Maybe. Jeez.
Usually when you pull on something, it gets better.
Hey. Zing!
Look at that view, guys. Look at that view. That's pretty sweet.
Now, how are you going to maintenance this when it comes time to snow? Are you going to get out here and shovel this off?
Open up the window.
Yeah, your well water is 50 some odd degrees. Just spray the well water on it, melt all that snow right off.
Oh, good call, Tim.
Then it'll freeze up, get ice all over it.
Hey, ice magnifies.
Yeah.
Better to have ice on there than snow.
Mike, take the black one.
Willie, step on the panel. Willie, step on it.
No!
And just like that, 2,000 watts.
All right, guys, now we're gonna head back upstairs. I actually took the air conditioner out of the window while Mike was up there on the roof. Big shout out to Drippin' Dreamers 5, old Mike there, for getting all the panels kind of situated on the roof and getting the cables inside the window here. I pulled the air conditioner out. Now it is a cluttered mess up here, but we're gonna try to make some sense of it, and we're gonna go ahead and connect the ends on the other side here. And then we're gonna go to the tiny house and do an upgrade there too. So let me get you guys set up and we'll get all of this done, wired up and tested, and see how much wattage we got coming in. All right, guys, we got it all wired up. I still got a cable management nightmare that I'm gonna have to deal with in a little while because we had to reroute the batteries just to make it work, because the two 400 watts that's going to the Jackery right here has got some very short cables, and we don't have the right connectors to make those because they're kind of got their own deal. But right now we got the generator hooked up to the Blue Eddy.
Yep.
Or right now we got the Jackery hooked up to the Blue Eddy, so the Blue Eddy is charging that. It's got 199 watts going output. I split the load a little bit. We got 1300 and something watts coming in, but I've also got solar coming in as well. It's 400 watts, but right now the sun's getting late in the evening, so it's only pulling about 100 watts right now. And then Tim's down here with the Blue Eddy. What's going on?
Well, right now we have 1513 watts coming in from the generator and 1500 going out, our AC load. PV is nothing right now. If you want to unplug the generator, let's see how much we can make it switch over.
Well, it was just doing both. Or what?
Yeah, but it maxed out. It got happy. So what happened? So we got 1516 watts going out, and at any second we should start seeing the solar. Yeah, as soon as it dropped down to 99%, that solar should start kicking in. There you go. 314, 317. The sun is going down, and we don't have optimal angle on the solar panels out there, but we do have the capacity. We also have solar panels going into this one and solar panels going to that one. We can't see the input on that one right now, but man, this thing is it's pretty sweet.
So we have a total right now of 2,000 watts of solar for the cabin now between all of these units right here. The 800 watts that's running into the top unit right here at the Blue Eddy, we can actually monitor. The ones that's going directly, which we have another, what, 600
Yep.
going into the battery itself, we can't monitor that. It just charges the battery directly. Plus we got 400 watts going into the Jackery right there. So that is a lot. And to be honest with you, even with the mini split running and the other things that I run here in the cabin, it's less than 2,000 watts. So in the summer, on those peak sun days, I should be able to run that air conditioner and this whole cabin throughout the day with no generator. It's good stuff. Now we're going to switch over to the tiny house. We've already got the panels and stuff up there, and most of that's wired. But when I switched out with that Opus Titan big battery, the industrial construction battery, it only has one input, and we couldn't get it to kind of run in series correctly to be able to utilize all the solar that's on that roof. So now that Tim's here, we're going to do some little wiring magic and see if we can get all the panels up there running into the two batteries of the tiny house as well. Let's get it. Up on the tiny house. Woo! Look at that. Look at that beautiful view.
Ooh, look at that.
As you can see, the sun's starting to set, so we're not going to get optimal sun right now. Currently right now we have 1, 2, 3 running in series to the big old Titan over there that runs the tiny house, and we got this one, which I believe is a 300, 350, somewhere around there, right here running. And that one as well running to the Ankler Solex, which only runs the pump, the well pump for the tiny house, because it's 220 and the Ankler Solex is the only power battery that I got that actually does 50 amp. So what we've decided to do, being is that the Titan is the one that runs the majority of the tiny house, we're going to grab this one. And what are we doing? Run it in parallel? Is that
series.
what you do?
We're going to add it in series. No, we're going to add it in series. We'll have 4 of them in series. I think with the wintertime voltage, I think we're not going to over voltage it.
Okay.
I think that lowers the current. I think we'll be good.
Last time we tried that, it didn't work.
You and Mike?
Yeah.
You added this to it? And
Well, we tried to do all 4.
Okay. And what would happen? It just wouldn't run?
It just wouldn't register at all. I don't know. We're going to see.
Okay.
We're going to flip it around.
Parallel we can.
Yeah. We're going to flip it around. We do have some Y connectors and stuff like that for other options. But we have an Ankler 200 watt right here. So what we're going to do is unplug that one there, spin it around, and put the 200 down there. And we're just going to run 200 watts there for the Ankler Solex. So we're going to spin this. It's a little waterlogged, eh?
Yeah. Put it right there. Tell me that. Good catch. Let's see if I can get this. Where's the hole that goes in the wall?
Over here.
needs to be on that end. That's gonna go that way.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right, we're done playing Tetris.
Into red on this one, through the panel, out black. Into the red on this one, come back out, in red, and then out black all the way. So as long as these connectors were put on right by the manufacturer, we should have 4 in series. If not, we're backwards and it won't work.
Let's go down and check the actual thing, see if we got any input coming in.
For some reason, it's not liking us running that 4th panel in series. So what we're gonna do is put these 3 panels back in series, and then we'll parallel just this 1 4th panel. And to do that, got these parallel connectors right here. So let me disconnect the old one, we'll set the new one up. David said it is now reading about 200 or so watts, even when the sun's setting low in the afternoon in this small angle. So now what I'm gonna do is put these on, so I have to disconnect the cables coming from down below, put one of these on each of those, then these 3 will stay on one string of it, and just that one will be on the other. So I'll get that done. All right, so now I've got these 3 back together, and I've got these extra ports. I can now plug these in. All right, so now they are 1 in parallel, 3 in series. Let's see what David says. David, what do you got coming in?
183.
All right, so it's about the same.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's at 201 now.
Yeah. All right, well, let me unplug it and see if it changed anything, all right?
All right.
All right.
There's nothing.
Nothing? Oh, it's because I did the wrong one. No, I did the right one. Huh. How about now?
20, 30, 40, 50, 60,
That was weird.
72,
I just unplugged that one and it stopped working.
100.
So it slowly just comes up, but all right. He's wired up.